Well, guys, man, it's about time, man. This needs to be heard, man. This is a direct message, a clear message, a direct shot from Caitlin Clark herself. This basically is a message to all her stands. This message needs to be heard because you know what the Caitlin Clark stands, they try to do, the picture they try to paint about every coach that Caitlin Clark has played for since she's been in the WNBA, the two coaches, Christy Sides and Stephanie White. They try to paint a picture that these coaches are trying to sabotage Caitlin Clark. They're trying to make Caitlin Clark look bad. There's all kinds of narratives going on around Caitlin Clark from her own stands. But Caitlin Clark has a direct message for all her stands, and you guys might want to hear this. And we're going to talk about it right after this.
Let me put you on game. These other podcasts out here talking that shit, but ain't repping the same. It's my bro K-Sap, chopping up topics for your outfits, from politics to your cockpits. Tune in, you gotta watch this. Exclusive material for your radio, stereo, pumping high definition. Stop what you doing and listen. We smashing all competition. You better jump on this wave. Somebody pass me a mic, man. I got something to say.
Well, guys, you know I got something to say, man. Well, you know, there's a viral clip going around of Caitlin Clark and Stephanie White on the sideline on a timeout when they played against the Portland Fire on Saturday. And this clip is going viral. It's been talked about. It's been talked about Caitlin Clark's entitlement. It's been talked about her on-court blow-ups. And these are not isolated incidents. It's been multiple things, man. Things go behind closed doors. Everything that the media has said, everything that her stands have said regarding Stephanie White, even the whole organization, even when draft day came and they drafted Raven Johnson, her stands was out there saying, oh, see, they don't want Caitlin Clark to win. They don't want to just let Caitlin Clark cook. And they was blaming everybody, but not holding Caitlin Clark accountable. And the season started, low ticket sales, and they blamed it on the organization and Stephanie White. Caitlin Clark struggles. They blame it on Stephanie White. They want Stephanie White fired. She's not the right coach for Caitlin Clark. She's not putting her in the best position to win. And a lot of people was glazing the fact that they was saying that Caitlin Clark is the best thing since sliced bread. And now a lot of that excitement has dwindled down because now a lot of people are seeing it. A lot of media personnel used to be in Caitlin Clark's corner and back her up or everything that was going on in the WNBA. You see it kind of dwindling down and the glazing has stopped because the things that we have said for the last 2 years are now coming back to the forefront. And I've always told you, what don't come out in the wash will come out in the rinse. We've been telling y'all about Caitlin Clark's entitlement. And everybody just wants to gloss over it. You have to stop making excuses and stop blaming everybody for Caitlin Clark's flaws. We already know Caitlin Clark is bad defensively. You don't have to be living under a rock to know that. It's well talked about. And her stands go out there and make excuses for her any chance they get. And now that this on-court blow-up had occurred on the sideline, everything's just starting to come back to fruition. And the people that say Stephanie White is the problem with the Indiana Fever, which we beg to differ. Stephanie White is a great coach. Even Christy Sides of last year was a great coach. But Caitlin Clark fans, they wanted to pin everything on Christy Sides for Caitlin Clark's flaws. But Caitlin Clark has a direct message for her stands that need to be heard. And this all comes on 2 days ago when there was the blow up between her and Stephanie White on the sideline. So I want y'all to pay close attention to what Caitlin Clark said. It's exposure time. It's a direct shot to her stands that she basically said, y'all know nothing about basketball and y'all just making stuff up. But I'm going to let y'all hear from the horse's mouth. So this is Caitlin Clark addressing the whole situation surrounding around her and Stephanie White. I want you guys to take a listen.
Two people being competitive, two people that really want to win. And, you know, I think a lot of those things happen all the time. And I know there's a camera on me and that's how it's going to be. But there's a lot of people out there in the media or on TV that they think they know a lot of things and they're just blatantly wrong about a lot of things. And I ride for Steph. I ride for these girls. Steph has my back more than anybody. So, you know, nobody in that locker room, in our locker room, or Steph or our coaching staff thought twice about it. It's just another example of what everybody, all of you, want to blow up and make something that is just lost and not in reality.
I hear that, Stans.
Man, how would you describe your relationship with Steph?
It's great. Like, there's nobody, like, when I got hurt at the Connecticut game last year, like, I bawled in Steph's arms. Like, that's somebody I will ride for the rest of my life. Like, those are the moments that people behind, you know, people don't see that. People that just sit on their phones all day, they don't see those moments. They don't see the moments where we come into work. They don't see the moments that really absolutely suck, that people have your back, but they think they know everything. In reality, they don't have a clue. And it's old, but it's the reality in the life that I've lived for the past 5 years, and it's something I'm used to, but me and Steph both know what it is, and that's somebody who I will always ride for. You know, she had my back when really nobody else did, so.
Sorry about that.
You're all good.
The fire that you have and the fire that Steph has, obviously, how does that make you better in moments where you want to, you know, where you know you maybe need that extra push?
Yeah, I mean, I think she coaches me. Like, as bad as I want it, like, Steph wants it the same way for me, and she wants it the same way for this team. Like, she's been in this part of this organization as, you know, a player, as a coach, and, you know, now trying to hopefully get us to, you know, win our second championship as an organization. Like, she wants this for these people. You know, she grew up in this state. You know, she knows what this state's all about and the way they support the Fever. Like, she wants it like just all of us do. And you have to remember, like, she was a player, and like, coaches have the same competitive fire that players do. They just don't get to put on the jersey. And at times, I'm sure that's really hard for them. Like, they want to be out there and maybe have the ball in their hands a little bit. I mean, I don't know that they're getting pretty old, so I don't know if her knees will keep up, but, you know, I think that can be the hard thing for them at sometimes, but they want it just as bad as the players do. They're not there to, you know, just stand there and tell us what play to run. Like, they're here, they have a competitive fire, they know what this organization's all about, and, you know, they're trying to help us, you know, have a championship mentality and win championships.
What's it like for you to have a moment like that, play out so publicly, and everybody to have an opinion on it?
It's my life. Yeah.
Are you used to it anymore?
Used to it, yeah.
What even led to it? Just the blow up. Not blow up, like.
I think we were down 20 points, so probably that.
Hey, you heard what Caitlin Clark had to say. Now, to her stands, what is your excuse going to be now? So she just basically gave y'all a cut clear message that her and Stephanie White are on the same page. They want to win. She's basically telling you that she wants to be coached. We all know that her defense is bad, and that's what Stephanie White got on her on the sideline about. And she told Raven Johnson to come sit down. Caitlin Clark got up, took a squirt of her water bottle, and she got substituted out. And everybody made a big deal. Why are you taking Caitlin Clark out of the game? Stephanie White was pissed off at her defense. But Caitlin Clark said, for those that always have their phones in their hand and just making stuff up, there you have it. Like, stop making excuses. Y'all have no more excuses for for Caitlin Clark's flaws. She is not the perfect player that y'all making her out to be. She has a lot of work that she needs to put in. Caitlin Clark has struggled over the last 2 games. And stop saying, oh, she's top 5 in scoring and leading the league in assists. Caitlin Clark has been struggling. And it is what it is. And Stephanie White is a great coach, and she points that out. When you can challenge your best player on your team that everybody says she is the best player, that means that coach is able to go at their star player without no recourse. And defensively, you got to be better, because offensively, if you can score the ball and you can't play defense, what they going to do? They're going to haunt you out every time. Look what they do to Luka Doncic in the NBA. Look what they do to Austin Reeves. Look at what they do to these guys that are scorers, but look what they do to them on the defensive end. Caitlin Clark has to be better, and Stephanie White wants her to be better. But Caitlin Clark has a message to all her stans. Stop making excuses. I'm not there yet, but I'll get there. So there's no more excuses, y'all stans. Y'all can't make no more excuses. You got to hold Caitlin Clark accountable and stop just making up stuff. The jig is up. The jig is up. I see everybody in the comment section. #salute. If you're not subscribed to the channel, do me a favor. Hit the subscribe button. Turn your post notifications on so you know every time Simply Ball drops another hot banger. Oh, yeah. Just in case I forgot. Tell a friend to tell a friend. It might not be for you, but it might be for them. And this is going to wrap up another episode of the Simply Ball Dropping Podcast. I'm your host and the man behind the mic, K-Sap. Catch you on the next one. Deuces.
Thanks for listening to the Simply Ball Dropping Podcast. Be sure to subscribe, like, and share on all major platforms.
That's all, folks.